What is up, Guardians? Rare Loot Brad, and oh boy, do we have a weekly update. Today, we are going to be exploring the Museum of Bungie. Yeah, I'm sorry that sounded ludicrous, but this update is weak, okay? So, Bungie is having their Twitch thing and all that stuff. That's awesome. That's cool. I love it. But it's not what we want, and the things that they're putting in here aren't really what we want either. So, to get started, they're basically, so their Twitch thing they were talking about, they've kind of created it now, and on March 2nd, they're going to begin. But what these things are is going to be like a weekly event thing, kind of. Not event, a weekly video of Twitch or streaming, which is cool. That sounds cool. But let me just tell you this content, okay? I'm just going to read this to you. Join us aboard the Dreadnought for a continuation of a series in which we explore art and design, like creative post-mortem in a combat zone. Senior artist Andrew Hops and senior designer Brian Frank will be our guides on our tour of Oryx's insecurable loot-filled fortress. Tune in to learn how we build destinations and fill them with actions worthy of heroes. Now that sounds cool, don't get me wrong, that's awesome to learn more about the art and all that stuff. But really streaming this? I mean, that's cool to make a video about it, don't get me wrong, and put it on your site, because that's cool. But this really isn't the kind of stuff that we want here. I mean, that's awesome that we're getting stuff, but it's not what we want. So let's go on and check out what else we got. So the next one, we're going to talk with the audio team, and they're going to talk about the music. So that's cool, but we don't really want a Bungie Museum of Destiny. Here we have the Thrall. Look at it. It's beautiful. That's great. That is great. Don't get me wrong. But that's not really what we want. So the next one we have up, we have a Bungie bounty. Okay, alright. Bungie bounties are always cool, and more of them. And again, I think these are weekly. I don't know for sure, but they probably are. And maybe every Wednesday, I don't know. And I don't know how these Bungie bounties are going to work, if they're going to do a PlayStation one or an Xbox one, or if it's just going to be one. Don't know. But this one's basically going to talk about clans, and it's going to be in Rift. Woo! I'm sorry, but I'm going to be playing Division when this goes on, so yeah, I know, I'm sorry. And then finally, we have the one that we actually wanted to hear. This is going to be the content roadmap. And they're going to talk about what they have on for the future. This is what we wanted. Please just make this go on March 2nd instead. And what's really disappointing about hearing about this right here is if this was weekly and this is the final one, this puts it around the same time this month right now. So like the 25th, 26th, it's literally going to be that late into March before we even get to hear about the spring update. Before we get to hear about it. Not get anything, but just hear about it. So that means we have a whole another month of just regular Destiny. Nothing added, but just this. So that's a big disappointment. I mean, good news is, if we read about it, it does say a significant light increase. So this probably throws away that 330 theory out. It could still be in there, but hopefully it's out, because I don't want us to increase our light level by just 10. If we got to 420 and we finally got to smoke some weed, Guardians, I'd be great with that. That would be awesome. Please don't make it just 330. It says a bunch of new gear and equipment, which sounds great, and also new challenges for PvE. So I don't know how these challenges are going to work. And by the word of challenges, that doesn't sound like content. I think if they had like new like Vex content or Cabal content, they would say it, but they're saying challenges. Don't get me wrong, there's probably going to be content with it, but just not separate content like a DLC. So, kind of sad there. The rest of this update is going about what's up, Doc. So you know we're already at the end of the update pretty much. And it's talking about how the ghost, if you got your 320 from your postmaster, it'd appear there. And then also that some people are impersonating Bungie employees, and they're talking about be careful, and just go to their forums and look at their secure site to talk all about that stuff. So, kind of interesting about hearing about that, but we have movie of the week, and yeah, go check out those videos. Really cool. That's about it for this weekly update. I'm sorry that this weekly update turned more into a museum of art, but hey, it's better than nothing, and at least we now know that pretty much at the end of March or beginning of April, we're going to have at least some information told us about the spring update. This has been Rare Loot Brad. Out.